Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is the first video I will ever be doing, so it's quite exciting, and today's video will be going through some examples of polynomial long division. So we won't go through sort of how to do polynomial long division, so if you want to do that I'll probably do a video later about this, but this video is just going through examples. So if you've learnt it and you just want to strengthen it, this is good, or if you've learnt it before and you're just coming back to it, then this is also a great video for you because you can do some examples. So let's get started. So this is our first example for today. If you want to pause the video and give it a go, you're more than welcome, and then you can come back and we can work through it together. So we're going to start here. So what I like to do, start off, put this little border so I can top it off later once I've written down my insides. I'm going to put x cubed, and even though this doesn't have an x squared or an x like by itself value, I'm going to put them in because it makes it much easier to do the calculations. So we're going to go plus 0x squared, because that's the same as just nothing, and plus 0x minus 1. So this still equals this top value here. You're going to put a little roof on this. And now what do we times x by to get x cubed? Well, we know that one, it's just x squared. So now we do x times x squared gives us x cubed, minus 1 times x squared gives us minus x squared. It's meant to be a 2, sorry. Take these away from each other. These two terms cancel out. A minus and a minus gives you a positive, so you just get x squared here. Now let's bring these terms down to make it all nice and even. 0x minus 1. Now, what do we times x by to get x squared? Well, we all know this one is just x. So x times x gives you x squared, and minus 1 times x gives you minus x. Now we take these away from each other. As you can see, these two cancel out. X squared minus x squared is 0, obviously, but 0x minus minus gives you a positive. X will just leave you with 1. Let's bring this term down. And now, what do we times x by to get x? Well, we all know that one. It's just positive 1. So x times 1 gives you x, and minus 1 times 1 gives you minus 1. Take the away from each other, gives you 0. And as we can see, this division up here does not give you a remainder. So this value equals what you get on top. So x cubed minus 1 over x minus 1 gives you x squared plus x plus 1. I hope if you did this before you paused the video and did this question, I hope you got this answer. Right, let's move on to the next one. So this is our next example. If you want to pause the video and have a go, you're more than welcome. Let's work through it. So x minus 3. Let's build a little wall and just write this top value, x cubed minus 4x squared. And I know there's no single x value, but so we're just going to fill it in with a 0 and then plus 9. Now let's put a little roof on our building. So what do we times x by to get x cubed? Well, that's just x squared. So x times x squared gives you x cubed, minus 3 times x squared gives you minus 3x squared. Put a minus in front of that one. These two terms cancel out, and then minus 4x squared minus minus, so that's positive 3x squared will just give you minus x squared. Now let's bring these other terms down to make it all nice and even. So what do we times x by to get what do we times x by to get minus x squared? Well, that's just minus x. So now we have minus x squared, and minus 3 times minus x just gives you positive 3x. So now we take these values away from each other. As you can see, these two cancel out, and then 0x minus 3x will give you minus 3x because this is nothing. Let's bring this 9 down, and now to finish it off, what do we times x by to get minus 3x? Well, that is just minus 3. So now we have minus 3x, and then minus 3 times minus 3 gives you 9. And as you can see, when we take these away from each other, we get a 0, which is great. So this, sorry about that, pen went a bit weird. This will give you x squared minus x minus 3. So I hope you got that if you worked on it by yourself. Let's move on to the final example, a bit of a trickier one. So this is our final example for the video, a bit of a trickier one. As you can see, we've got 27x cubed plus 9x squared minus 3x minus 10 divided by 3x minus 2. So this is the first time we've got a value for each one of the coefficients of x, and also a coefficient to the x in the denominator. So let's go give this a shot. Build our wall. 27x cubed plus 9x squared minus 3x minus 10. Let's put a little roof on top of this. So what do we times 3x by to get 27x cubed? Well, that is just 9x squared. So that gives us 27x cubed minus 2 times 9x squared gives you minus 18x squared. Take these away from each other. These two cancel out, and a minus and minus gives you a positive. So 18 plus 9x squared gives you 27x squared. And now let's bring these values down just to make it nice and even. Now what do we times 3x by to get 27x squared? Well, it's just like this one. Yeah, we go down a little bit, so that's just 9x. So now we do 3x times 9x to give us 27x squared minus 2 times 9x gives us minus 18x. Take these away from each other. We can see these two cancel out, and a minus gives you a positive. So minus 3x plus 18x will give you 15x. Bring this term down to make it nice and even. So now what do we times 3x by to get 15x? That's just 5. So 3x times 5 is 15x. Minus 2 times 5 is minus 10. And as you can see, when we take them away from each other, we get a nice 0. So the value to this tricky looking sum is just 9x squared plus 9x plus 5. Hope if you did this question by yourself, you got that answer. And that's all the examples we've got for today. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to give us a nice like and subscribe if you're new. If you'd like to comment any helpful tips or anything you found with this, that'll be great. And I hope to see you around in the next video. Goodbye.